From misty castles and wild highlands to crystal-clear lochs and charming seaside towns, Scotland is a land where legends walk the hills and history whispers in the wind. Whether you're here for ancient ruins, dramatic mountains, or cozy villages, get ready for an unforgettable adventure through the most beautiful places in Scotland. Welcome to Wonders of Scotland, a 4K journey through one of the most magical corners of our planet. Did you know Scotland has over 790 islands? And the word Scot actually comes from the Latin scoti, meaning gale. The national animal is a unicorn, because in Scotland, even reality has a touch of magic. So, pack your curiosity. It's time to explore the hidden gems, natural wonders, and unreal beauty of Travel Scotland. Our first stop is Edinburgh. Edinburgh is Scotland's breathtaking capital, a city built on stories, stone, and sky. Perched upon ancient volcanic rock, Edinburgh Castle watches proudly over the city centre, guarding centuries of royal history. Inside the castle, you'll find Scotland's crown jewels, the Stone of Destiny, and tales of kings, queens, and battles that shaped a nation. Head up Calton Hill, where the Dunkeld Stewart Monument, National Monument, and Nelson Monument glow golden under the fading sun. It's the perfect place to capture that unforgettable 4K travel shot of Edinburgh's skyline. Standing proudly atop Calton Hill, the Dunkeld Stewart Monument is one of Edinburgh's most iconic landmarks and one of the city's most photographed spots. At sunset, it's a scene straight out of a painting. Warm lights spilling over the city's rooftops, making it a favorite spot for photographers, travelers, and dreamers alike. Just a few steps from the Dunkeld Stewart Monument stands the National Monument of Scotland. The monument is nicknamed the Athens of the North. Nearby, the Tolbooth Kirk pierces the sky with its dark spire, now home to the Hub, a centre for the city's world-famous Edinburgh Festival. You can also hike to Arthur's Seat in Holyrood Park, an ancient volcano that rewards you with a breathtaking panoramic view of the city. Edinburgh isn't just a capital, it's a living storybook, a place where the old and the new dance together in perfect harmony. Our next stop is Fort William, the adventure capital of the Scottish Highlands. Nestled at the foot of Ben Nevis, the tallest mountain in the United Kingdom, this charming town is a dream come true for hikers explorers, and nature lovers. Down below, the Caledonian Canal winds gracefully through the landscape, a masterpiece of 19th century engineering. One of its highlights is the Neptune Staircase, a dramatic series of 8 interconnected locks that lift boats nearly 20 meters from sea level. Hop aboard the Jacobite steam train, a historic locomotive that puffs its way through the rugged highlands. This breathtaking scene, made legendary by the Harry Potter films, feels like stepping straight into a storybook. Beyond the railways and waterways, Fort William is also a gateway to countless hiking trails, forest walks, and lochside adventures. This is the heart of the Highlands, a place where nature calls to the explorer in all of us, and where every journey feels like a new discovery. Fort William isn't just a stop on the map, it's an adventure waiting to happen. Welcome to Glasgow, Scotland's biggest city and its beating creative heart. Set along the banks of the River Clyde, Glasgow is a place where history, art, and energy collide to create something truly unforgettable. For something truly atmospheric, wander through the Glasgow necropolis, a Victorian garden cemetery perched on a hill overlooking the cathedral. From here you can admire the Glasgow Cathedral itself, a masterpiece of medieval architecture that has stood for nearly 800 years. Continue your journey along the Clyde River, home to striking modern landmarks like the Glasgow Science Centre, the shimmering Science Centre Tower, and the elegant Clyde Arc Bridge. By day, the riverfront buzzes with life, and by night, the reflections of city lights dance across the water in 4K perfection. In the heart of the city, the magnificent Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum welcomes visitors with treasures from around the world, from dinosaur fossils to masterpieces by Salvador Dali. Standing tall at the heart of the city is the magnificent Glasgow Cathedral, also known as St. Mungo's Cathedral, one of the most remarkable examples of medieval architecture in all of Scotland. The graceful University of Glasgow, with its Gothic spires and sweeping cloisters, feels like a castle from a fairy tale, and it's one of the most beautiful campuses in Europe. Glasgow isn't just about history and monuments. It's alive with music, art, and warmth. The city's streets echo with buskers' songs, cozy pubs hum with laughter, and every local seems ready with a smile and a story. Up in the north lies Inverness, often called the gateway to the Scottish highlands, a city where history, legends, and landscapes blend into something truly magical. Here you'll find the fairy tale Donan Castle, perched on a tiny island where three sea lochs meet, namely Loch Duich, Loch Long, and Loch Alsh. Connected to the mainland by a stone bridge, it's one of the most photographed castles in the world and has appeared in countless films. This place simply looks like a paradise on earth. What a beauty to behold. As the tide rises and the castle's reflection shimmers on the water, it's easy to see why this spot feels almost otherworldly. Set along the banks of the River Ness, stroll along the Ness Walk or relax at the Ness Bank, where gentle waters reflect the city's stone bridges and colorful skyline. Rising nearby is the elegant St. Andrew's Cathedral, built in the 19th century, with twin towers that frame a stunning view across the river. When the church bells echo through the crisp Highland air, it feels like time itself slows down. Perched high above the loch are the haunting ruins of Urquhart Castle. Once a mighty stronghold during the Wars of Independence, today it stands as a romantic reminder of Scotland's turbulent past. Inverness is more than a city. It's a feeling, a place where every mountain holds a story and every loch hides a secret. Welcome to Portree, the jewel of the Isle of Skye, a land of epic landscapes, ancient legends, and unreal beauty. Not far from the Skye Bridge is the fairy pool sparkle beneath the towering Quillan Mountains, their crystal-clear waters tumbling through rocky streams. Locals say these pools were once visited by fairies, and when the sunlight hits just right, the water glows shades of blue and green that feel truly magical. Travel west to the dramatic cliffs of Neist Point, crowned by its white lighthouse, standing watch over the Atlantic Ocean. As the sun sets, the sky burns with orange and purple light. The waves shimmer below, and the world feels impossibly vast. It's one of the most spectacular sunset views in all of Scotland, a perfect postcard for your Isle of Skye adventure. Don't miss Kilt Rock Waterfall, where a sheet of water plunges from basalt cliffs that resemble the folds of a Scottish kilt, tumbling straight into the sea. The sound of waves crashing below blends perfectly with the call of seabirds overhead. This is pure serenity carved by nature. The adventure continues along the winding Quirine Road, where every turn reveals another surreal view, mountains twisting like waves. Venture further north to the Old Man of Storr, one of Scotland's most iconic landmarks. These jagged rock pinnacles rise dramatically from the rolling green hills, a favorite spot for hikers, dreamers, and filmmakers alike. Portree and the Isle of Skye are pure, magic, wild, untamed, and deeply beautiful. Now we arrive in Stirling, the city where Scotland's history was written. From above, the city aerial view reveals a landscape that feels like a living museum, winding cobbled streets, ancient stone bridges, and the magnificent Stirling Castle rising high on a volcanic crag. Once the royal seat of Scottish kings and queens, this mighty fortress witnessed centuries of coronations, sieges, and royal intrigue. Within its walls, you can almost hear the echoes of Mary, Queen of Scots, and the clash of swords that once defended a nation. Across the valley, the Wallace Monument stands tall upon the Abbey Creek, a towering tribute to Sir William Wallace, the hero who fought for Scotland's independence. Climb its 246 steps, and you'll be rewarded with sweeping 4K views of the River Forth, the surrounding hills, and the very battlefield. Nearby, the Holy Rood Church, the city's medieval parish church, still holds centuries of history. A short drive away lies Doon Castle, one of Scotland's best preserved medieval fortresses. Its towers and great halls have starred in films and series like Outlander, Game of Thrones, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. For a touch of natural wonder, venture into the Devil's Pulpit Gorge, where moss-covered rocks and ruby-colored waters create a scene. Stirling is a place where the past and present blend perfectly, where every hill and stone tells a story of courage, faith, and freedom. Welcome to Oban, the gateway to the Isles, and one of Scotland's most beautiful seaside towns. Nestled along the western coast, this charming harbour town is surrounded by rolling hills, sparkling waters, and a sense of calm that feels like a deep breath for the soul. From the harbour and bay, you can watch ferries glide gracefully out toward the Hebridean Islands. Climb the gentle path up Battery Hill to reach McCaig's Tower, a circular stone monument built in the late 19th century by local banker John Stuart McCaig. Inspired by the Colosseum in Rome, this landmark offers panoramic 4K views across Oban Bay, the surrounding islands, and even as far as the mountains of Mull. As the sun sets, the tower glows golden above the town, a perfect spot to watch the lights flicker across the harbor below. Down by the shore, Eilean Castle stands in quiet solitude on the Isle of Carrera, its ruins perched dramatically above the sea. Built in the 1500s, it once guarded the narrow straits between the islands, a reminder of Oban's long maritime history. The castle's view of the Atlantic is breathtaking. Waves crash below, gulls soar overhead, and the endless blue stretches to the horizon. Oban isn't just a stop. It's an experience, a place that captures the soul of Scotland's west coast, wrapped in salt air, golden light, and endless adventure. In the heart of Perthshire, surrounded by mountains, forests, and winding rivers, lies Pitlochry, a town that truly feels like a dream. Hidden among trees and mist are the haunting ruins of Dunkeld Castle. Though time has left its mark, the structure still stands proudly, its ivy-covered towers echoing memories of a bygone era. Just outside the town stands Blair Castle, a gleaming white fortress with over 700 years of history. Once home to the Dukes and Earls of Atholl, its grand halls tell stories of Scottish nobility, wars, and royal visits. The castle grounds are equally breathtaking, with deer roaming freely across lush meadows and gardens bursting with color. It's one of the most enchanting sights in the city. Pitlochry is a place where the world slows down, and beauty is found in every leaf, every ripple, and every quiet breath. Next, we travel to Aberdeen, Scotland's sparkling granite city, where the silver shimmer of stone meets the deep blue of the North Sea. Set along the northeast coast, Aberdeen is a city of contrasts, elegant and historic, yet bold and full of life. The wide boulevards, green parks, and seaside views create a perfect blend of urban energy and natural beauty. Continue your journey north along the rugged coastline, and you'll find the haunting ruins of Slains Castle, perched on dramatic sea cliffs. Built in the 16th century and rebuilt in Grand Gothic style, this castle is said to have inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula. Aberdeen is a coastal wonder of Scotland, full of light, character, and timeless beauty. Welcome to St Andrews, where history meets the sea. Once home to Scotland's oldest university and the birthplace of golf, St Andrews is full of stories, spirit, and seaside charm. Dominating the skyline are the haunting ruins of St Andrew's Cathedral, once the largest church in Scotland. Built in the 12th century, it stood as the spiritual heart of the nation for hundreds of years, before falling into ruin after the Reformation. Today, its crumbling stone arches and ancient burial grounds still hold a quiet, sacred power, a reminder of faith, time, and resilience. Walk among the tombstones, and you can almost feel the stories of generations gone by. As the sun sets over the coastline, St Andrews glows in golden light, timeless, tranquil, and full of spirit. St Andrews is a perfect harmony of history, sea, and soul. And finally, we arrive in Dunkeld, where this travel journey ends. Dunkeld is a quiet haven tucked along the banks of the River Tay, where time seems to slow and nature takes center stage. This charming highland village, wrapped in forest and history, feels like the very heart of Scotland, peaceful, timeless, and full of quiet magic. Follow the forest path to the Hermitage, one of Scotland's most enchanting woodland walks. At the heart of this mystical forest lies Black Lynn Falls, where the River Braun crashes dramatically through a narrow gorge. From the castles of Edinburgh to the cliffs of Skye, from the highlands to the sea, Scotland truly is one of the most beautiful places on earth. If you loved this adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more unreal wonders of the planet in stunning 4K travel videos. This is the wonders of Scotland. Your next great adventure awaits you.